All right, welcome to match 3. We didn't win the die roll, unfortunately, and we got an extraordinarily slow hand. I would keep it if I knew my opponent was on artifacts, but as it stands, it's way too slow. That's much better. That's much better. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. I will keep. No, sorry, elephant. I like you quite a bit, but not to top deck on turn 1. What are we up against? I'm going to predict green-black counters, because that's what I really don't want to play against. Green, that's 50% of the equation. Overwatch has started an update, eh? Land, not terribly what I want to see. Well, no, I do need a couple of those over the course of the first 5 or 6 draws, I suppose. Yay, our opponent's double queuing. Have I ranted about this lately? I don't think so. Don't double queue. It's a very rude thing to do. When you jump into Magic Online, just like when you sit down across the table from somebody with a game of Magic, you are saying, I'm going to play this game of Magic with you. You're signing a social contract. When you do this on Magic Online, because it's just some faceless person off on the other side of the world somewhere, you're being a dick. Because I'm spending my time here recording and playing this game of Magic, staring at my opponent's clock, watching it tick down. And yeah, it's just frankly wasting my time, because this person needs to play 2 games of Magic at once, or they need to play this and also a match of Constructed, or they need to play this and their other video game, or etc. It's very rude. Don't do it. Do not do it. Shock doesn't hit a 1-3, so I will play the opposite, a 3-1. 4-drop. Yeah, okay. That looked really big when I first saw it, but no, that's actually, I don't really care about that at all. I'm just going to smash my opponent's face for 3. And then I'm going to drop a 3-true that's going to make something unable to block. No Tusker. Hey, that's shockable. Yeah, hit me for 6. See if I care. I'm gonna hit you for 6 right back. Ooh, alright. So we'll shock that, because that doesn't need to be a thing that exists anymore. And then we'll hit our opponent for 6. And then pass the turn. This is going to be a race. Six mana. No Tusker. No BS. Herald of the Fair. Sure. You gonna accrue in response? You're gonna give that. Okay. He could have crewed in response to the trigger and given that a +1/+1, made it a 7/7. Not sure why I didn't do that. Cogwork Assembler, sure. So I'll take 6. Cool. Cool. So I'll hit him for 6. That can't block. And then I can kill that and hit him for 2. and then he really can't justify attacking unless it wins him the game. And I don't think it will. Otherwise, I would Thopter Arrest the Crusher, but then I'm taking 6. And he'd have a bunch of blockers, so yeah, we do that. Leave up a white. If he has a pump spell, I'm dead. But if he had a pump spell, I was dead either way, I think. Metallic Mimic, alright. Naming what? Naming Dwarf. Playing a Dwarf. Okay. You're gonna crew that. And I'm dead. Yay! I didn't expect him to have a handful of playable creatures. Well then, that was fast. Our deck did what our deck wanted to do there, so that was fine. I'm not siding that in for a stupid Iron Tread Crusher. I think we just go back in. Try to be one turn faster than he is. I will play first. That's how you do it. I guess. That removal will keep us alive for quite a while. This doesn't have an artifact, but that's fine. Nerd Ape, go. Give me a Welder Automaton. Hey, I'll take a 3/1. That's also fine. Okay. Very strangely, Magic Online. Could you give me a land? 2/1, Naming Dwarf. Well. Coming at ya. Drop another one. Do you get to Deadeye Harpoon? It's a 3-drop, right? Or is it a 4-drop? Aviary Mechanic, alright. Get yourself a counter. Gonna bounce your Mimic? Bounce a land? No, bounce nothing. Sure. Please land. Thank you. We will... Chandra's Revolution that. Tapping down that land. Then I will bash in for 7. Taking him to 8. And we've got Rampage available next turn, which is 10 damage on board. Alternatively... your own Audacious Infiltrator, I see. Well, I think we've got this one pretty wrapped up. This turn will be Furious Reprisal. Next turn will be Thopter Arrest, and that should just be game. Looks like our opponent stumbled on color, maybe? They are at 1. And we got there. Very fast matches. Wait. Why was I thinking I won game 1? I don't remember what game 1 was. Oh yeah, he was much faster. Right. We're both very fast decks. Spoiler alert, it's very late on Wednesday night. Getting a bit tired, hence the total lack of memory of what happened in game 1, but we're going to go into game 3 and hopefully be as fast as we were that time. Alright, we get an unkeepable hand. If we had one more land, I would snap keep this in a second, especially if it was a plains. But I can't do that. I can't do that. Boy, do I want to, but I can't. Yeah, that's fine. Need a plains at some point, but that's fine. Keep, release the gremlins. He didn't have that many artifacts outside of that crusher, so... Sorry, gremlins. Bye. Well, we'll see how it goes. I was feeling much more confident when I thought the match was over. I will say that. Yeah. Forest and the Renegade map. Okie dokes. Hey, we're gonna get there. We might just happen to get there. I'll take it back. Our opponent doesn't necessarily appear to be double queuing. Aviary mechanic, sure. No bounce, makes sense. So there's no big difference here. I guess we might top deck a Steamworks Brawler. So maybe we should play Welder Automaton. If this was Mimic or some other artifact creature, I would have gone with Infiltrator, but I think the slight upside here is to play the Automaton in case of the top deck. Our Chandra's Revolution is going to be online. Turn 4. Let's see if they're desperate for lands. I think they're desperate for lands. Because they're green-white. They should have a number of revolt triggers that they should have saved that for. So that might be a good sign. Or that might have totally fixed whatever bad sign it was for them. If you attack, that means you want to revolt, and I'm not going to allow it. No. I'll take the 2 instead. Glint Sleeve, sure. With a counter, Whelp. Drop a frontline rebel past the turn. Gives us a Chandra's Revolution. Herald, okay. Sure. Not a fan of what you're doing here. Trade there. Thopter Arrest. Alright, well, I guess we're going to play the slightly slow game now for a bit. We're going to go Revolution. Whoops, I almost did what our opponent did. Boop, boop. Kill that off, tap that down. I'm not going to block, I don't think, so I'll just get in for 2. And then we've got Arrest and Infiltrator this turn, which could be good. If we top deck Dragon, we can play it. Well, that's going to have to be arrested. You are under arrest. Go away. And then I'll bash in for 2. And then drop my 3/1. And now we say, Magic Online, give me nothing but gas. Nothing but gas. I will take 2, because the race is in my favor at the moment. Ridge Scale Tusker. Ooh. Passing the turn. In for 5. Show me the trick. No trick. Aether Chaser. Attack into it, I dare you. Alright, all tied up. Opponent has way more cards in hand, but they opted to play nothing last turn, which suggests maybe not much good. There's the Mimic, naming Dwarf, I assume. Human. Alright, so we're going to see a human come down. Spire of Industry. Yeah, you know what? Show me the trick. Sure, that's fine. Especially if I get to come in for 5 this turn. Does opponent have a human in hand? Nope. We have a human, though. Oh, I guess this isn't in for 5 because it will be a trade, but I'm okay with the trade. Sure. Opponent 8, drop the brawler, pass the turn. It's going to be close. This is probably the best match we've had. Renegade Rallier. Yeah. No revolt, though. So, pretty okay. No attack. Sounds good. Hello, Bastion Mastodon. Team. You can block that, or you can block that. Sure, go to 5. And let's drop our elephant. Pressure point, okay. Don't think you can attack. Iron Tread Crusher, yeah, that's no biggie. None of my concern. Hey, we win. Presumably. Attack. No blocks. And oops, it's lethal. Ah, the old oops, it's lethal. Hey, we got there. We 2-1. I didn't expect that after the way the first 5 games went. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the first Aether Revolt draft. We had some terrible luck that managed to turn around by the end, thankfully. Not the best deck. I think the curve could have had a lot more 3-drops and fewer 4-drops. We only got to see the dragon a couple times, but it did some good work. All in all, we'll see how this format shapes up. I'm worried about the princely aspect of it and the slight unbalance in the rare and uncommon slots. But yeah, it's fun enough so far. I think it's actually potentially faster than Kaladesh at times. Yeah, I'll keep some eye out for some fun archetypes, etc. As I said, of course, this is a bonus draft. We will have the normal Spiky Saturday draft tomorrow, and that will be Michael's draft for the month. If you want to find out how to become a draft sponsor, there are 2 bonus/stream spots open for February, assuming everybody in January backs me for the following month. As well, the first playmat's going to go out whenever you hit $60 donated by Patreon over the lifetime, whether that takes you 60 months at $1 or 1 month at $60, you get sent out the Mana Leek playmat that you've seen in Crack Pack videos and stuff like that. The first one's going out next month. Very excited about that. So check out patreon.com/themanaleek. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me on Twitter at themanaleek. That's Leek, like the vegetable, not the card. You can find me at Facebook.com/themanaleek, Twitch.tv/themanaleek, and as I said, Patreon/themanaleek. You found me here on YouTube. You've got that comment section down below. Please make use of it. Click that thumbs up content icon. It doesn't just mean you like it. It does allow me to show up on other people's homepages to sort of spread the discoverability is the technical term of my channel to new people, so we can get more and more and more people over here. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. That way you can keep up to date on all the latest videos. But if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.